Southern National, and we are back in the rookie street stocks. Giving this one another go after a fun race at USA. It's cool that we can run this series now. For a long time, they had it so only rookies could run it, no license above it. But I like it because it's got no cautions. Always fun. And I enjoy the street stocks.
Green, green, green.
Southern National in the
All right,
street
man.
stocks,
Here comes your
though,
first time left.
not my best combo. We are not going to be quick at all. We are not going to be fast. I don't think. We are the number 2. I was like
One more
3
lap
or
to go.
4 tenths off the fastest lap in practice. I don't know if that was because of weather or what. We're already P4, and that was a terrible corner. I've always struggled at this combo for some reason. I don't know why.
There's the
But
flag,
that's
man.
okay.
It's over.
Hopefully it'll be fun. Should be. This track sometimes can get people just chopping your nose on entry with how short the straightaways are. It's kind of like Lanier that way. I think it's got a bit more banking than Lanier does. So we're about mid-pack. I'm sure we'll drop as soon as like all of these guys go, but that's okay. We did not have a .5 in us. Barely did a .6. In practice, I only ran a .798 was my fastest time that I could get. I'm running 46% brakes. I don't know if that's a good idea. This combo is really tight. I'm gonna do I'll do 45.8. Car's really tight here for some reason, and I don't think it's gonna get looser. So we'll see if we can make our way up or just fall back right around in 7th. I mean, the 4 car looks like he could be quicker than us. He only qualified like 100th behind us exactly, and the 10 car is not that far off. And I don't know how they're running .4s. I have no clue where that speed is. It's pretty crazy. No clue how to get that. But like I get down in the corner, it just gets so tight I can't get on throttle or I'm gonna hit the wall. We're gonna drop to 8th here. So hopefully we can work our way to a top 6 would be awesome. Top 5 would be amazing. I'm supposed to finish 2nd, but I don't think that's going to happen unless there's some crazy wrecking. We're waiting on the 6 and the 13. 6 car only did 1 lap. Maybe he's doing his 2nd one now. His 13 isn't doing anything by the looks of it. I don't know. Not my best combo, but it'll be fun anyway. As long as we don't get wrecked, then it'll be less fun. But it's rookies, and we're starting mid-pack, so the likelihood of us surviving, not very high. Just gotta hope to get lucky. This is a fun short track, of course. Rookies, since it's a rookie series, it's what you're supposed to get as soon as you get the subscription without buying anything. They only go to 3 different tracks, 3 different free tracks that alternate over and over and over again throughout the season. So I'm not going to do, if I wanted to run street stocks, I wouldn't do a full season of this just because it goes to the same 3 tracks. But having not been in it in a long, long time, it's fun to jump into, and we haven't repeated a track yet since we've only done these 2 weeks here. USA and this track, Southern National. Class C series is at New Smyrna, which is pretty cool. That's a fun track. I always enjoy that one as well. Thought about running that, but figured this one would be quicker and maybe fun. And I hope we're going to be okay. We're starting on the outside, which is not ideal. Brake bias is at 45. We're just going to be trying to protect those tires a little bit, try not to slide them. We got real loose and overheated the tires at USA. But I don't think that's going to be as big of an issue We're not going to be getting loose, I don't think, later in the run here. I think we're going to be getting tight. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. We can move the brakes back to like 44 or something, which is not a lot of room to play with, but could help us out. I'm probably starting them way too low. I don't normally do that, but this combo is just real tight. Hopefully we don't get freight trained all the way to the back here at the start, but if we do, oh well. I'm in prime position here to just get wrecked immediately, so I just hope we don't do that. I hope. Cross my fingers. One car's up on
Crazy.
pole. I think everyone else. We got the 10 car behind us. 14 on our inside. What is this, a 14 car field? Yeah, I think so. We'll see what we get. Just don't miss a shift. Don't get run over into turn 1. Don't run over the 11. Try to get to the bottom line as quick as we can, but if we can't, we don't need to force anything. 40 laps. Should be a lot of fun. These corners are so high banked,
man, we're
you
going
can't
green
really
next time
see.
by.
Once you enter the corner, you're looking like straight down at the track. At least on the bottom line. Up here, you got a little bit more visibility. Do we start in third gear, maybe? Might be fine.
Get ready.
Eh. We can do second as long as we don't miss a gear.
The pace car
And
is
they're
in.
going quickly.
Green flag, green flag.
Actually got a decent jump. I can fall in line here behind the 14. Or I can
Inside.
try and pass them on the outside, though that would never work,
All
probably.
clear, all clear.
Man, the car is tight.
You got
14
one
gets into
inside.
the back of the
Stay
11.
high. There's the car on the low side.
We might be
You got
3
one
wide. No,
inside.
14
Two
backed
wide
out of
there.
it.
Stay high. There's the car on the low side. Stay high.
I'd love to get around this 11 on the outside.
Stay high.
And we're not going to do it.
Stay high.
Just got to back off and try and get in line behind him.
All clear, all clear.
Well, we got one spot from the 14, I think. I don't even know if we're quick enough to pass the 11. If we were on his inside. Okay, we survived the first incident. Looks to be the only incident so far. Unless stuff was happening in the back. Looks like we're quicker than the 4, but I don't know. Long run. We're not really quicker than the 11, or anybody else in front of us, of course. And we may not be quicker than the 4. I just can't enter the corner hard enough, or exit the corner good enough. It's just so tight. Guess I just need to be on throttle and just use the wheel to turn it. Seems to be what everyone else is doing. Even though that goes against everything I know about saving tires. With these short races and these big old tires, probably doesn't matter much. We're pulling away from the 4 now. 14's just behind him. A little ways. Seven car looks to be falling off a little bit. The 11 caught the apron there.
Outside. Stay low.
It's not going to give any room at all.
You're clear high, clear high. You got one outside. Stay low. Stay low. Still there.
It's the wall. We'll try and get around him.
Hold your line.
He was definitely trying to spin himself there.
Stay low.
He could fall in line behind us and not get pressured by the 4, but He wants to hang on the outside and waste our time.
Still there.
We'll get him eventually.
Stay low, there's a car on the high side. You're clear
Okay.
high, clear high. Inside. Stay high, there's a car on the low side. All
Squeeze
clear,
him
all
off. And hopefully pull away. And he can deal with the 4 car that he let catch us as he goes down the block or maybe got loose. Puts us P6. About where my goal was. That was very dangerous pinching the 11 off. On entry there, he could have easily just pushed up into us without carrying, but he thankfully backed out of it. I wasn't going to give him much room after he gave us no room when we got to his inside. He's clearly fallen off. Pushing the tires too hard. But that's okay, we got around him cleanly. Nothing bad happened. Now if we catch the 7, we just gotta hope that he's easier to pass. We'll see though. The 11 has pulled away from the 4 a little bit, and we're still pulling away from all of them, so that's great news. 11 is falling off. Not the 11, the 7. We clipped the apron a little bit, but we're fine. See if we can get a run on him and get to his inside out of one of these corners. I hope we can. Bounced up a little bit. We're going to go low.
Stay low.
He's also not going to give any room.
Got one outside. Got one outside.
Nobody wants to give any room.
You're clear high, outside. You're clear high, got one outside. Still there. Stay low.
It's alright. We haven't wrecked.
Alright, man, 20 to go. Go
Halfway.
Stay low, there's a car on the high side. You're in 5th place.
Hopefully get around him. Hopefully
Stay low.
he doesn't dive bomb us into the next corner after we pass him.
Stay low.
He's going to do everything he can to just stay right on our outside. Alright, now let's try and pull away. Pretty fun. We're getting it to work. We are getting it to work. Some good short track racing right here. This is awesome. They didn't give a lot of room, but they were clean about it, sort of. Little beating and banging, but that's to be expected at a short track. And we have driven into the top 5. I'm very happy about that. Let's see if we can track down this group. Looks like there's a lap car mixed in with them now. Don't know if we're going to be able to track them down, but I'm happy with the top 5. Hopefully we can get around the 12 cleanly when we get to them. This has been a lot of fun. They've been rough, but that's short track racing. I didn't want to give up the bottom, even though they weren't giving me any room, turning down on me, because I really wanted to get the pass done. I did not want them to just park in front of me on the apex, because one, if I would have gotten to the back of them, they just would have spun, and I did not want to do that, and I really wanted to pass them. 12 goes high. Thank you.
All clear, all clear.
We caught him at a bad spot, but it wasn't really his fault. Get around him, no problem. Coming around to get 11 laps to go.
Thanks, cunt.
Well, 7 doesn't appreciate something. But with the way he was driving, he probably turned down on him. would be my guess. And wrecked himself, since he about did that with us 2 or 3
10
times.
to go.
But the outside line here is just not good enough to be able to battle back or fight and gain a position that way. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you get really tight on the bottom when they're on your outside at short tracks like this, but this is not one of those places. And you can make passes on the top side sometimes, but not here. Typically, at least in these cars. Less than 10 laps to go now. We are not really catching anybody else. That was a fun couple passes we made there. Looks like the 4 car was involved in that as well. He's coming out of the pits.
Inside.
Oh, that was nice.
Clear
13.
low,
He
clear low.
might get,
We have a
might
slow
have
car.
new tires.
Leave me alone.
Slow car
We
somewhere.
have a slow car up high.
It's all kicking
Car
off
stopped
now.
ahead.
How am I racing?
Somebody's waiting
I'll
on
be a
track to
type
wreck
of
somebody, I
rubbish.
guess.
I don't know, dude.
Maybe he
What are you, A
reset.
class, dude? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Oh, he only doored me about 8 times and then hooked me.
Yeah, that's a warning. That's a warning. I gave you
5 laps to
multiple
go.
warnings. You knew what was coming. Look at where you're racing at right now.
Oh my
Rookie.
gosh.
Stop it. You knew what was gonna happen. Any type of moral integrity just goes out the window when you start racing anybody.
13 clearly has not been on iRacing very long.
Welcome to rookies.
Yeah, welcome to rookies yourself.
He's not a rookie anymore.
Well, you're racing in rookies, so.
We'll just turn that off. It's just gonna be 13 being a little baby about something. Hopefully the 4 doesn't pressure me, but I can let him go no
5
problem.
minutes, 2 to go.
We got lots of room behind us. I just don't want him to run us over. 2 laps to go. We're just gonna give it to him.
You got one
No
inside.
reason having
All right,
somebody
man.
for
White
position right
flag.
behind us
One
with
more
better
lap to go.
tires
Clear low, clear low.
when
All right, man, that car is a
nobody
lap
has
down.
anything to gain there. We're only risking getting run over for nothing. We had like 3 seconds behind us. We're not catching the 5 in 2 laps, so really fun race.
Slow car on the bottom.
Great short track race. Some contact that some
There's the
people
flag,
that
man.
must be
It's
new to
over.
racing don't quite feel happy about
Great job, driver.
the 13, but we got through it. I will take a top 5, 0 incidents after a little bit of contact. He's still complaining. Why don't you go back and race Carb Cup Daytona every time? Then stuff like that wouldn't happen. 14. He drives into the back of the 11. And I thought we might have been 3 wide there, but the 14 got loose. I don't know. The 11 was looking low on the 7, and the 7 was just blocking. So the 11 had a bad entry, pushes up, and then the 14 just drills him. Thankfully, he doesn't spin back to the right, and then we're on the outside of the 11 for a little while. We give him plenty of room, and he gives us less than that once we get to him. 10's going to get the wall just a bit. 14 back here now. He's trying to paint that wall even more yellow. This is after we've already passed the 7 and the 13. I guess we should go look at those passes since they were pretty exciting. Let's look at the 11 first, and then we'll look at the 13. Both of them did pretty much the same thing. Catch the 11 off the corner, get to his inside. He tries to turn down like we're not there. He clips the apron right there and shoves up, and I knew he was going to have a worse run. So we get the inside call right now, and we're on the white line. Well, we kind of pushed up into him. He didn't give a lot of room, but I mean, that's just short track racing, like I was saying. And he's still not giving a lot of room, but he doesn't hit us or anything. He hits the wall. I think what the 7 did was more egregious than the 11. The 11 was just racing hard, which totally fair to do. Yeah, he gives us plenty of room. We get around him eventually, and then he immediately tries to throw it back in there, but since he's racing us so hard, we're going to race him hard right back. We're going to give him very little room there, make him get on the apron a bit. Causes him to get loose, has to back out of it, and we complete the pass. Perfectly executed, I would say. Whoa, what happened? Okay. Thought it was going to crash there, which would have sucked because then I wouldn't have been able to get a screenshot for the thumbnail. But at least the race is complete. So, okay, are we going to crash? Is that what's going to happen? I don't know what's going on these days with that. I don't like it. I just want to see the pass I made on the 7. So I enter a little higher, try and get a turn down. He also clips the apron a bit, but he's a bit slower than the 11. He just cooked his tires. And then we're on his inside on the white line, and he just turns down like we are not there at all. We get sideways. He's lucky he doesn't get spun. So we're still on his inside. He still tries to turn down. Misses it pretty much and pushes way up. Causes him to get another bad exit. So we're down here on the white line again. He doesn't hit us this time. He pinches us a little bit, but short track racing, racing hard. Trying to get the spot. He doesn't want to give up the spot. And we eventually complete it. Racing real close. I kind of wanted to wait on Apex here so I'd kind of keep him from being able to turn down off the corner so he wouldn't dive it in like the 11 did. But thankfully once we passed him he doesn't throw it up the inside, and we're so much better on tires at this point we can just pull away. So pretty cool. 11's going to hit the wall here. Then the 7. Oh, 11 just turns him. And that gets everybody in the back. So 7 was definitely hurting on tires. He was way off pace. 86.90 for ours. That's not terrible. But the 11 just drives into the back of him and then doesn't lift at all. So yeah, if I was a 7, I'd be unhappy with that. Then the 13 just comes down off the corner and wrecks the 10, and then he's crying and complaining about that, so that's pretty funny. And then is the 10 going to send him? Nope, 13's going to come down and slam into the 10. And then turn the 10 straight up into the wall and blow his motor. So terrible racing by the 13. But I'm sure he'd tell you that he's Dale Earnhardt. Oh my gosh. I don't know what this is. 7 and 13 were not happy in this race. That is coming to the checkered. Was that for a position? Yeah, it was. That's pretty good. So the 7, instead of getting 9th, wants to get suspended and get 8th. So that's nice. Final corner of the final lap. He's like, you know what, brakes, I don't need that. I need 8th place. 8th place is what I need. Brakes is not what I need. Pretty amazing stuff from both of those guys. And that's it. So good short track racing, except a couple crybabies in there, but that happens on short tracks, I guess. I will take a 5th place with a couple hard-fought passes. And yeah, that was fun.